Picture this. You wake up to 17 work emails, your phone buzzing with news alerts about another crisis, bills piling up on your counter, and that nagging feeling in your stomach that everything is spinning out of control. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In our hyper-connected world, we're drowning in uncertainty, and it's crushing our peace of mind. But what if I told you there's a 2,000-year-old philosophy that could transform how you handle life's chaos? A mental toolkit so powerful that it's helped everyone from ancient emperors to modern CEOs navigate their darkest moments. Today, we're diving deep into Stoicism, and I'm going to show you exactly how this ancient wisdom can become your secret weapon against being overwhelmed by our modern, information-overloaded society. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have practical strategies that you can start using today to regain control of your life, no matter what uncertainty comes your way. Let's start with a harsh truth. We live in the most uncertain time in human history. Think about it. Our great-grandparents worried about their local community, maybe their country. Today, we are bombarded with global crises, climate change, economic instability, technological disruption, and social media anxiety 24/7. Our brains simply weren't designed to process this level of information and uncertainty. This constant state of overwhelm is rewiring our brains for anxiety. We're living in fight or flight mode, treating every notification like a saber-toothed tiger. It's exhausting, and it's stealing our ability to think clearly and make good decisions. Here's where Stoicism comes in like a lighthouse in the storm. Founded in ancient Athens around 300 BC, Stoicism wasn't just philosophy for academics sitting in ivory towers. It was practical wisdom for real people facing real problems. Roman emperors used it to govern empires. Slaves used it to maintain dignity in impossible circumstances. Soldiers used it to find courage in battle. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its central insight. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. This isn't about becoming emotionally numb or accepting defeat. It's about channeling your energy toward what actually makes a difference. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled the Roman Empire during plagues, wars, and political upheaval, wrote in his personal journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These weren't pretty words for a philosophy book. This was his survival manual. Let me share the foundational principle that changes everything: the dichotomy of control. This concept divides everything in your life into two categories: things within your control and things outside your control. That's it. Simple, but revolutionary. What's actually within your control? Your thoughts, your decisions, your actions, your responses, your effort, your character. What's outside your control? Other people's actions, the weather, the economy, your past, the future, what others think of you, natural disasters, traffic jams. Hey, here's what blew my mind when I first learned this. Most of our suffering comes from trying to control things that are fundamentally outside our control. We exhaust ourselves fighting battles we literally cannot win. Let's make this practical. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. The non-Stoic approach: curse the traffic, honk your horn, does stress about being late, imagine all the terrible consequences, arrive frazzled and defensive. The Stoic approach: acknowledge Acknowledge that traffic is outside your control. Use the time to prepare for your meeting mentally. Call ahead to reschedule if necessary. Arrive calm and focused on what you can influence. Same situation, completely different experience. One path leads to suffering and poor performance. The other leads to clarity and effectiveness. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Stoicism teaches us to find opportunity within obstacles. They called this, the obstacle is the way. Every challenge becomes a chance to practice virtue, build resilience, or develop new skills. Lost your job, outside your control. How you respond, completely within your control. You can choose to see it as a catastrophe or as an opportunity to reassess your career, develop new skills, or pursue something you've always wanted to try. The external situation is the same, but your internal experience is radically different. This mindset shift doesn't happen overnight, but here's how you start building it today. Begin each morning by asking yourself, what can I control today? Write down 3 specific things. Maybe it's how you treat your colleagues, whether you exercise, or how you respond to criticism. Focus your energy there. When you catch yourself worrying about something, pause and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, consciously redirect your attention to something you can influence. This takes practice, but it becomes automatic over time. Now let's talk about one of Stoicism's most practical tools, negative visualization. This might sound pessimistic, but it's actually liberating. The idea is to occasionally imagine losing things you value, not to be morbid, but to appreciate what you have and prepare mentally for life's inevitable changes. Imagine losing your job, your health, or a relationship. How would you handle it? What resources would you draw on? What would really matter? This exercise does 2 powerful things. First, it makes you grateful for what you currently have. Second, it builds mental resilience by showing you that you could handle difficulties if they arose. Ancient Stoics practiced this regularly. They'd spend a day eating simple food, wearing basic clothes, or sleeping on the floor. Not because they wanted to be uncomfortable, but because they wanted to prove to themselves that they could be happy with less. This gave them tremendous freedom from the fear of loss. You can start small. Skip your morning coffee one day. Take a cold shower. Walk instead of driving. Notice that you're still okay. No, maybe even stronger. You're building confidence in your ability to handle discomfort. Here's another game-changing Stoic practice. Morning reflection. Spend 5 minutes each morning setting your intention for the day. What kind of person do you want to be today? How will you handle challenges? What virtues will you practice? Marcus Aurelius did this every morning, reminding himself to be patient with difficult people, to focus on his duties, and to accept whatever the day brought with grace. His morning reflections, written in his private journal, became one of the most influential philosophical works in history. Evening reflection is equally important. Before bed, review your day. What went well? Where did you let emotions control you instead of reason? What can you do better tomorrow? This isn't about self-judgment, but about continuous improvement. Let's address a common misconception. Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing emotions or becoming a robot. Stoics feel emotions deeply, but they don't let emotions make their decisions. They experience anger, sadness, joy, and excitement, but they pause before reacting. They ask, is this emotion helping me respond wisely, or is it clouding my judgment? Think of emotions as weather. You don't control when storms come, but you can prepare for them and choose how to respond. A Stoic might feel angry about injustice, but channel that anger into productive action rather than destructive outbursts. This emotional regulation is incredibly valuable in our reactive, social media-driven world. Instead of immediately posting that angry comment or sending that harsh email, you pause. You consider whether your response will improve the situation or just make you feel better temporarily. Stoicism also teaches us about the temporary nature of everything. Good times don't last forever, but neither do bad times. This perspective helps us stay grounded during success and hopeful during difficulties. The phrase, "This too shall pass," captures this wisdom perfectly. When you're going through a rough patch, remind yourself that millions of people throughout history have faced similar challenges and emerged stronger. Your current difficulties are temporary, and they're shaping you into a more resilient person. Here's a practical exercise that's changed my life: the view from above. When you're caught up in daily stress, imagine yourself from space. Picture the Earth as a small blue dot, then zoom into your country, your city, your building, yourself. This perspective shift instantly reduces the emotional charge of most problems. Your deadline, your argument, your embarrassing moment. They're all real, but they're also incredibly small in the grand scheme of things. This isn't about minimizing your experiences, but about maintaining perspective when emotions threaten to overwhelm you. Let's talk about relationships through a Stoic lens. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control how you treat others. Focus on being the kind of person you'd want to be around. Patient, kind, honest, reliable. This doesn't guarantee that others will reciprocate, but it guarantees that you're living according to your values. When someone treats you poorly, a Stoic response might be, they're acting according to their understanding of what's right. I can't change their mind, but I can respond with dignity and perhaps model a better way. This approach is incredibly freeing. You stop trying to manage other people's emotions or manipulate their behavior. You simply focus on being your best self, regardless of how others act. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of accepting what you cannot change while working diligently on what you can change. This might seem contradictory, but it's actually the key to effective action. By accepting reality as it is, not as you wish it were, you can respond more strategically. If you're dealing with a difficult boss, accept that they are who they are. Don't waste energy wishing they were different. Instead, focus on how you can excel despite their management style, how you can protect your well-being, or how you can transition to a better situation. As we wrap up, let me leave you with 3 Stoic practices you can start implementing today. First, practice the pause. When something upsets you, take 3 deep breaths before responding. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? What response aligns with my values? Second, practice gratitude with a Stoic twist. Instead of just being grateful for good things, be grateful for challenges too. There are opportunities to practice courage, patience, and resilience. They're making you stronger. Third, practice voluntary discomfort regularly. Take cold showers. Exercise when you don't feel like it. Have difficult conversations you've been avoiding. Build your confidence in your ability to handle discomfort. Remember, Stoicism isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Every time you choose response over reaction, focus over worry, or gratitude over complaint, you're embodying Stoic principles. You're taking control of the one thing that's truly yours, your mind. The ancient Stoics faced plagues, wars, betrayals, and exile. They developed this philosophy not in comfortable libraries, but in the crucible of real hardship. Their wisdom has survived 2,000 years because it works. It transforms how you experience life, no matter what circumstances you face. Start small, be consistent, and watch how this ancient wisdom transforms your modern life. You'll find that uncertainty becomes less threatening when you focus on what you can control. Challenges become opportunities when you see them as character-building exercises. Life becomes more meaningful when you align your actions with your deepest values. The Stoics believed that philosophy should be medicine for the soul. In our overwhelmed, uncertain world, we need this medicine more than ever. Take these tools, use them daily, and discover the strength that comes from focusing on what truly matters. What aspect of Stoicism resonates most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if this video helped you gain a new perspective, subscribe for more practical wisdom that can transform how you navigate life's challenges.